Oh,
Check.
got you. We're on. Hey, what up?
What up, buddy?
Good morning, man. Look at the setup. Look at the setup. Hell yeah. So we got, let me do a little bit of housekeeping to catch up real quick. People know, I've already went in the chat and told everybody, who you are, and then we're going to have you on the show. Everyone's very familiar with you already. You've been on the show before, so now we get a little glimpse into the workspace. This is your house right here, yeah? This is your spot?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely in the house. I mean, everybody's been in the house for about almost 2 months now.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're all doing our part to stay away from each other.
All right.
So I thought it would be cool to have you in on the morning routine and just kind of chop it up, because you've been doing your own once a week or kind of thing with Emmy, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Through Instagram.
Well, we were talking about doing it for a long time, and then it just turned out that everybody's home, so we were, going live and having discussions, and
Yeah.
First of all, I'm thankful. Thank you for having me, on your thing.
No, man, thank you for being a part of this. Like, the people have been asking for you. They want to see us film, and then I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, we were like ramping up to start, going that direction, and then all this shit happened. So
yeah,
this is the next best thing.
Yeah. I mean, we could film, but the thing is, there's going to be no traffic out there.
Yeah, there's no traffic, and then also, in my opinion, it feels like it might be setting the wrong example. I mean, I know we'd be safe, but like, just in case, we are taking extra risks. So if we're doing this kind of thing and like the hospital's already kind of full, I feel like it's not the right tone to set.
Oh yeah, trust me, we can get through it.
Yeah. As soon as
we don't want to take up any hospital beds.
Exactly. Sure. As soon as this is over, I feel better about it. And also, keeping a distance. But because I'm going to be trying to stay on your wheel.
I mean, yeah, you're fast. You know what I'm saying? You'll be there.
Yeah. So let me introduce, for those of you in the chat right now that don't know Masson. Masson is someone that I met in the Bay Area, but I don't think I actually met you until you were already on your way to move to New York. But I definitely already knew you from growing up watching MASH, and then with hanging out with Macaframa, and then when they started filming with you is when I was introduced to you on a personal level. And then since we're both here, we started to I'm like, yo, let's film, trying to get that thing going. So if you could just introduce yourself to everyone that might not know who you are, and then talk about how you've been doing in New York during all this stuff so far.
Well, yeah, my name is Masson. I live in Brooklyn right now, from San Francisco, Bay Area, California. I'm out here. Yeah.
Right. And I think some people will know of you from, you're wearing the FTC hoodie.
Yeah.
You got
this is my quarantine outfit right now.
Yeah. You got skateboarding roots?
Pants on.
Or what?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Skate all the time, every day. My knee is kind of messed up though, so the last time I skated, my knee, it was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Did like a frontside 180, my knee popped out of place, and I haven't skated since. But I've been looking at my board a lot lately. I got some I'm looking at my trucks right now.
Yeah.
I got a pair of these Bones softcore wheels I want to put on.
Would you say you pull some inspiration from skateboarding for the way you ride your bike?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not really like a technical rider, but a lot of people know me from doing hills and things like that. So I looked up to Keith Huffnagel, Cardiel,
Yeah.
The big
Yeah. Huff's got the big hops, big pop.
Yeah. And it doesn't translate on video. If you ever seen that in person, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? He can ride a bike too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of old pros or people who still skate or are professional now that are getting into cycling as kind of a low impact kind of way to still be active and stuff, because it's not so it doesn't hurt your body as much, you know what I mean? Your bones and your joints. I was talking about that like a couple days ago, and I think it's a cool. It's always been kind of related, I think, more in the track bike world, especially in San Francisco. But I was talking. There's like a couple dudes that I know have been getting on road bikes and stuff, and like I'm always like, you know, riding a bike or anything with wheels is always cool with me. I'm down with it. So just to see that like crossover is really cool.
Right, and plus, coming from San Francisco with the hills, it's momentum based. You know, you use that momentum to your benefit, and you know, same thing goes with track bikes, especially because it's not geared. You know what I'm saying? So once you get, you know, if you can control the bike just like you can control the skateboard, it's in your favor.
Exactly, like power slides. Like people watch. Well, I watch your original Mash part, and you look so calm and collected, and not necessarily throwing like flashy whip skids, but you're very much in control, locked in, just the chillest way to slow and skid your bike and blast hills, you know, is it's amazing to still watch that part. And I know we were talking about it a couple days ago when we were preparing for this, trying to find that original Mash clip. It's hard to find on the internet, right? You can't
find it. Yeah, cannot find it. I haven't even seen that part in years, you know.
Yeah,
I have it on DVD. I was telling you I have the DVD, but because it came in a book, like I have it over here somewhere, but it came in a book. It was on a spindle in the back of the book, so every time I opened up, it kept falling, so it kept getting so scratched up. And plus, I don't even have a DVD player anymore.
Oh shit! Yeah, same with me. I got it. I don't even think I don't have any on this laptop at all. There's nothing to read discs anymore, so everything has changed. You know?
Yeah, I don't even think they have USB ports anymore.
Nah, they're like USB 3. It's weird. Everything's changing. Everything's streaming now.
Right.
Back to your bombing hills. Like, how did you know to put you've been riding big gears on your track bikes, at least in SF, right? Like big ring. That's why part of the reason why your cadence is slower when you're fucking flying down a hill. Like, what got you to start moving that direction? Because I was always going the opposite. I was like, man, I want a spinny gear. That way I can climb, and I can also, like, you know, control my bike and skid the shit out when I need to when I'm bombing a hill. But, you know, it looks different. The style, it changes the way you ride the bike completely.
Right. Well, you know, when you're going down those big steep hills, it's like you don't want to be spinning out.
Yeah.
You know, you want to kind of have like a slower RPM, I guess. And I just kept it, you know. I got used to it because, you know, I guess the objective is to try to find one in between. And so I was riding 5216 out there. And
which is a big ass gear for SF. I think, you know.
Yeah, but not good for climbing.
No, not good for climbing at all. That's what I'm saying. But it looks great when you're bombing, you know, when you're bombing hills.
And I mean, I just built up the muscle for it.
Yeah.
You know? But when I remember being in San Francisco and like, you're like, well, damn, how did you get up the hills? But if you know about the wiggle,
yeah,
you know,
you avoid the, you know, the steeps, and you go around and then get to where you need to go.
Right. For one time, I think when I first started, I actually climbed up California. But not on that gear ratio. I mean,
yeah,
you know, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, just to do it like on the northern side going south.
Yeah, from like
Embarcadero,
from New Montgomery all the way up
to
up to like Jones.
Yeah,
one time.
And you're like, yep, I did it. I'm done with this. So we can see some of your bikes back there. I know you're still rocking that. You got a lot of Lowe's. I know that you've been riding Andrew Lowe's bikes for a while. It looks like you got a road bike, a road low, and you got a track bike there. That's a very familiar track bike. In fact, I remember seeing you out kind of in my neighborhood, and I saw it locked up. Remember, I walked up on you. I was like, "Yo," you were up in the bar, and I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And you're like, "Whoa, who's this?" That bike is that's the SF bike.
It is, especially is. I remember. I think when I first got the first low, I was locked up at Buff Patty, a Jamaican food spot on, you know what it is, on Myrtle. And
oh no, I was thinking of the one on Franklin or Washington, up by the park, Prospect Park. I thought you brought me there one time. That's what.
That place was yeah. I think we all went to Buff Patty. This place was down on Myrtle, and it just so happens that I think Andrew's sister was living around the corner. So he saw and he was out there visiting, and he saw my bike locked up, and it must have been like, you know, when he was first getting started, he came in and like tapped me on the shoulder. I was like, oh shit, yeah.
You guys already knew each other.
Yeah, but in the beginning stages, but you know, I don't think there was many lows in New York.
Yeah,
so when he saw one locked up outside, he's like, yo, this.
Oh, you felt good about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would if I was a frame builder and then I just saw one of my frames out on the other side.
Right.
Had no idea about it. Yeah, those are nice bikes. I never had one, but I remember meeting Andrew years and years ago when I went to Interbike with Macaframa. He was on the plane with us, and he was showing us the first sketches and stuff. And he was like, I want to show you guys my bikes. And then ever since then, he just kind of blew up. He's been doing his own thing. And yeah, that's cool to see that you're still rocking those bikes, man. So we're right here. I see you got what is that? 36 chambers behind you. What is that?
Yeah, I was bumping.
Yeah. So I thought it would be cool, like, you know, there's a lot of people in the chat. They're not necessarily asking questions yet. I mean, there's a few questions, but a lot of people are talking about what's going on behind you. There's like conversations about Gemini systems and the orphan needle, ortophon needles, ortophon. Yeah, There's some music heads in here, some Stanton battle mixers, Vestax. People are conversating about what's going on. So I thought it would be cool. You know, we talked about trying to make this work. We can do a quick, I guess we can call it an intermission, where you just kind of maybe you can use your phone, log in on, or you can just use your laptop. If you just turn on that light over there on the right, and then we can do like you can do a quick little session for us, kind of live.
Yeah,
not to put you on the spot.
No, you put me on the spot.
I've seen you work already. I know you can handle. I know you're good. You got it.
we do a quick little. Let's see. Yeah, I had a sample that I picked out like earlier today. I was working on.
Yeah.
I've been up since like 6 in the morning.
You're a responsible man.
No, my sleep schedule is so crazy because of like, you know, like I'll say, like I was watching Westworld.
Oh.
And then then I woke up. I was like, you know what? Let me just not go back to bed. I'll just stay up. So I've been doing a whole thing. I went through a few things. I got like, let's see. So yeah, there's a little sample I was working on, but we can make like a quick little, you know, drum track to it. Can you see? Can you see all right?
Yeah.
So it's like the original, you know, sample or whatever. And then,
yeah.
Bro, put me on the spot though.
Just pretend like it's just me chilling right there watching. There's not 110 people behind you watching.
Right. Is that loud enough?
Yeah.
Well, let's make a little. This is all good.
Oh, there it is. like that. Just like that. This shit is fucking sorcery to me. Damn, what the fuck? Yo, his SoundCloud and his YouTube channel are linked in the live chat. You should go holler at him. I just watched his YouTube shit. He's got some skateboarding from years ago. It's tight. Matt Reyes is in the chat. He's saying, Masson, you should rewrite the hotline intro for us. Matt Reyes.
Rewrite it.
Like redo your own.
Okay, yeah. That's good. Crush in the house. Crush is watching. We got Matt Reyes. This shit is sick.
shit hits hard. Damn.
Simple as that, you know what I'm saying?
That shit is sick. People are going crazy in the chat. It's tight, dude.
But I can't see the comments. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know,
you could.
I don't know if I'm getting roasted or not or what.
Nah, not at all, man. We got a few heads. We got Crusha in the chat saying what's up. Matt Reyes has been here.
What up, Slum?
We got a bunch of channel members in here popping off.
Yeah.
It's pretty tight. Man,
what up?
So how long have you been doing that? How long have you been
Oh, like I said, like on the last thing we did, I remember like when I first got to New York in 2007, I traded the homie for this. And this is the first one I got. It's a SB303.
Look at that. That shit is well used. I love that shit.
Yeah.
That's like a well used track bike right there. It's got the stickers. Hell yeah. The buttons are all worn.
But yeah, this thing works good. Then yeah, so I've been doing that, and then I just moved around a lot in New York. But once I got like settled, and I could actually have like a station or whatever, I've been I've been at it for about I don't know, shoot, maybe almost 10 years, but just really been doing it every day for the last like 3 years or whatever, collecting mad records. If you can see the records I got,
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Like, part of this this art form is spending a lot of time here in the lab, figuring shit out. But then there's another part where you have to go out and kind of do your research, and go find records and dig and look for obscure shit, right?
Yeah, and then it's just like really listening to music all the time. When you listen to, especially music from other genres and things like that, you just over time develop like just a theory of music, And so that's why it's like at first when I first started buying records, I mean I've been buying records since 1999 or whatever, but I used to only buy hip hop records, things like that. Now I buy old soul. Like I got this old Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. A lot of stuff from the 70s, a lot of classic rock stuff like that. And, Grateful Dead, Santana, things like that. And you just develop it. So whenever I go, usually when I'm out riding bikes, if I see a record show, I'll just stop by.
Yeah, word. I got a question from Matt real quick. That's on topic here. Are you looking for anything new for your setup, or do you like it how it is? Do you love it how it is?
I kind of like it the way it is right now. Yeah. I want a larger space. You know what I'm saying? So I can everything out. Like I have some of these things. Like these are the two most used things that I use. The SP404 and the MPC 1000. But then also I have like this drum machine.
Damn.
I love it. I get all my my drums from that, and then I got this.
Woo!
Make a lot of bass, bass with this stuff, That's why it's easy, this pandemic thing is hella easy for me to just, kind of be up in here.
Yeah.
But I do miss people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, what do you look for when you're sampling records?
I look for pieces of audio that don't have like vocals on it mostly.
Yeah. So you don't sample any kind of audio ever, or you stay away from
vocals?
Yeah. So you stay away from. I'm sorry. Yeah, vocals.
I do sometimes.
Okay.
But it has to be, has to be just right.
Got it. Okay.
A lot of trial and error. You mess around with it, like, and you'll be like, yeah, I do sometimes.
All right, we got We got a comment in here.
Yeah.
From Young Dingler, he's saying, when I first got into cycling, you were the only other black dude I saw riding. You helped me solidify my visions.
Thank you. What city are you from?
Young Diggler, what city are you from? Let us know. It's going to take like 30 seconds for it to register and everything.
Believe it or not, black people have been riding track bikes since on the street. Basically, that was a Caribbean thing.
Yeah, in the East Coast, right? Out here in New York. Yeah.
The 60s and the 70s, that's almost all you saw. When I
getting that real messenger money.
There's this old black. Yeah, that was a messenger thing. There's this old black cat, because I know you live in Bedside too. This cat is like, when I first got here, I stopped him. I was like, "Yo, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?" He was 70 years old, riding a track bike with no foot retention.
No foot retention. Yeah, they put the foot.
Yeah, have you seen that guy?
No. I've heard about the older dudes who are in New York, and they don't ride foot retention, and they put their foot under the pedal to do like show off skids.
Skid, right? I tried to do that at first. Like I was like, when I first heard about that, I was like, "Look, can I do this?" But they're cruising.
Yeah, they're chilling. Yeah, they're chilling. It's like a show. Like
definitely not doing that going down California.
You put your foot in the back tire if you have no foot retention.
Right. Exactly.
Let me see. We got a couple more. All right. Danny's asking, when you do live sets, do you do drumming live or do you pre-record your sets on a MIDI link? Or do you just fade them in? How do you usually do a live session? I don't really know.
Well, I think what he means is like, do I finger drum? Which is, finger drumming is like, let's see. Finger drumming is like when you're, let's see.
I got it.
You know what I'm saying? See, the way I make drums is the way I just did it. You know, I do it blah, blah, blah. Time, but some people, you know, they let's see, some people, you know, some people play like that. It's not set up the right way, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like I'm programming, I just program my drums and do it like that, just hella quick, and then you can change it up as you go. Yeah. I don't know why that didn't work right there.
Because you're on the spot. We're putting you on the spot. That's why. It's like the stream didn't work when we first set it up, even though we practiced it yesterday. That's all good, man. It keeps it DIY. Yo, Young Dingler, where you at? We want to know. Young Dingler.
Yeah, because
where do you
live? What yeah, what he asked me, he's like, yeah, I was one of the first black cats you see. Yeah. But that depends on where you live. Yeah. Because if you're in Brooklyn, you've probably been seeing this all your life. Yeah. If you live in, Scottsdale, Arizona or something like that, probably not.
Yeah. Also, yeah, the fact that, maybe 10 years ago, things weren't put on the internet, there wasn't so much content, so information wasn't shared as quickly.
Matter of fact, there used to be, when the internet first came out, or when it was like popularized, this is one of the first.
He's from Monterey.
Huh?
He's from Monterey. I'm assuming Mexico. Monterey, like California.
No, California. Monterey by the aquarium.
Yeah, maybe it's Monterey, California. We'll see.
Yeah, I've never seen a track like period, white or black, in Monterey. So.
I saw a couple sea animals.
Yeah, I saw the aquarium. I saw an orca.
Yep. But, Danny's got a question. He's asking, how long do you usually play a live set? I guess Danny. When we were talking about doing live, he's been doing lives. You can catch him sometimes on Instagram doing this. I've been trying to talk to Masson to get him to do this stuff for YouTube. get him set up. So hopefully, we put your YouTube channel on the chat. So hopefully, a bunch of people started following you.
Yeah. Put my Instagram on there too. It's at Uncle Masson.
Yeah, let me.
And technically, I'm trying to get to the point where I can, make it look smooth enough to present it that way. But
yeah.
when you say live set, I don't, you know, I'm not playing out live, but if I were to, you know, like I just did that quickly, you know, just as an example, but I usually will sit here and run through different combinations of that and see what sounds the best. And I record it. Like I got this thing. It's like a little field recorder.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'll run that through here, and then it's like, you know, I'll just sit there and listen to it for a little bit, and then, you know, go back and modify things. And that's not even mixed. So, you know, some of those hi-hats are too high, some of the bass is too high, but you can mix it down.
Yeah, in the music industry, the person who does that like final mix, that's like, I've heard from people that person is like a master.
That's why Dr. Dre,
they can bring out like things that you just didn't hear before, and they master it for all kinds of different listening devices. So it's kind of like,
yeah, sound engineering.
Yeah.
That's why Dr. Dre is like one of the masters of that. He was his own sound engineer. That's why the first Chronic,
like, yeah,
it was one of the most crisp albums I'd ever heard.
Yeah.
To that point, you know.
You feel like that's a natural progression for someone, like what you're doing right now? Like as you get further and further, I'm talking like 10, 15 years, you keep doing this, like that's kind of where you end up going to, like being at the very
I would like to learn sound engineering.
Yeah.
Sound engineering is like, you know, that's a cherry on top of the cake.
Okay.
Like,
because they know everything already, and they've just made it.
And when you see, have you ever seen the board?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's a bunch of fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Young Dingler said, "Yeah, Monterey with the aquarium." And he
right.
He laughed, and then he also said, "R.I.P. Keo Curry."
Rest in peace, Keo.
Yeah.
You know, man. Yep.
I was just looking back when I was actually looking for some photos of you from in the past, man. I have all these photos of Keo on my Flickr, man. I was just like looking when he was out here in SF. I think it was during like one of the Macaframa premieres, and like just we were all at Bender's and like like having a good time, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy. My best Keo stories, because like, you know, I knew him. He was in a different genre. He was doing like the tricks and things like that. But it was myself, Rainier, and Keo. We went out to Tokyo together for W Bass.
I saw that video. It's on your YouTube. I saw a clip.
Yeah,
you have a clip on your YouTube. I checked it out.
Yeah, we became friends. Like we actually, one night we got locked out of where we were supposed to stay. We went to McDonald's and slept in McDonald's. Just put our heads down.
Yeah.
Woke up at Max. It was everything. So yeah. Good dude.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah, man. Gone too soon. Yeah.
We got a question. Does music inspire your writing, or does writing inspire your music?
Music does inspire my writing to a sense. Like, my buddy Eugene, one of my first friends in track bike riding or whatever.
Yep.
He came over to ride one time, and he was messengering, and I saw him on Market Street, and he had one earbud out, you know, and you know you could hear like the faint like rhythm of what he was listening to, and he was listening to like techno music and drum and bass, and I was like, damn, you listen to that? He's like, yeah, that shit gets me hyped up to be riding, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, sometimes if you ever ride your bike, and I don't really do this anymore because I like to be aware more, but when I was younger, I used to always listen to music while I ride. And like high tempo things would just give me, you know, hard music, DMX, things like that, you know, Wu-Tang. That gets me like in the mood to ride.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like it's like the music you listen to when you go to the gym.
Yep.
You work out.
Yeah. Lately I've been
actually on Apple or whatever, you know. No.
I don't listen. I'm the same. If I do listen to music, it's one headphone, and it's on the opposite side of what side of the road I'm usually riding on. You know what I mean? So I can hear the cars. But there was times when I switched, and then I started to contrast my heavy riding with very mellow music. And it's kind of a trip. It feels a different way, but it also gets me kind of just like feeling good about just being out and riding my bike. So
yeah, for sure.
Music does crazy things.
I was listening to music. I was listening to music one time. This is like one of the last times I was listening. I was, because I used to use the ear cancellation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hear nothing, and I'm just riding. Like I felt the wind. It was like a millimeter. The rearview mirror was like a millimeter from my shoulder, and I pulled over.
One of the last times.
Yeah, I was like, that was crazy, dog. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I still do it sometimes, though.
We got a couple people that keep mentioning this might be a little bit of a pain in the ass for you, but do you mind grabbing one or two of your bikes and just rolling them over there next to the computer? So they just want to see you.
Yeah. Let me see it. Let me roll this thing out.
All right, everyone who's asking for his bikes, we're making the man go over there and grab his bike.
This bike is so light.
Yeah. There ain't nothing to it.
Yeah. So, and this is with velocities on there, which are not known for being light.
No, they're not. Yeah, that's the old school wheel, but they still work. They're bomb proof.
Yeah, this is like the first rims up. These aren't the first rims, but the first rims I ever got were velocity. So I keep it like that.
Yeah. So that's just a low. What size low is that? There's a couple people mentioning the seat post.
The seat post is high as hell, but that's just because it's a compact geometry.
Yeah.
You have to talk to Andrew about that, but it kind of slopes down a little bit, so it gives you more seat post.
Yeah.
I'm used to it now.
Yeah.
And the old one, if you ever look at the blue one that I used to have, that's a pursuit bike.
Yeah.
And so it was probably about 6 inches shorter of seat post.
Got it.
And then I got this. You know what? Let me see it. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, on my volume cutter, I tend to like bikes that I ride every day. I like to size my bike down. So even on my volume cutter, I have a smaller frame, and I have more seat post on my cutter. That's just how I prefer my bikes I ride every day. The bikes I spend like long hours on, like my gravel bike and stuff, I usually size the appropriate size.
Right.
It just feels better to fling it around in traffic and shit, Yo, that's the money maker right there. That shit's got the money maker on the front.
This one, well, I got the. You know what? I had a storage unit, and actually I got this from Damien. This rack, but I had a storage
out of Portland, right?
Yeah, and he made this by hand. It's a pretty cool rack, but the only reason it's on there because I was moving stuff out of my storage.
Oh, okay.
I was using that as my backpack. But normally that rack is never on there.
Clean.
Yeah, and then this is the. I don't know if you can see me taking this stuff down. Can you?
Yeah, we can see you.
This is the Trek Madone. This is like a 2009 Trek Madone. It's solid. Yeah, this is green. This is a Project One, so it's like you could pick. This is like Nike ID. I picked the color of it, and I made the Trek logo black, so you could hardly see it.
Yeah.
This thing's like full carbon. It's like as light as hell. I don't ride it that much though.
Oh, you know what size your bikes are?
Yeah, they're all 58.
They're all his bikes are 58s. And then that front rack, it's not a brand. Damien, his friend Damien made him. He's not selling those, right? Those racks.
He was. Like, he told me last time I talked to him, he said he stopped making them. But I'm sure that if you asked him, he might come out of retirement. I think he lives in LA now.
Okay. Sick. Thank you for showing your bikes. Let me dig into these comments and questions.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, the cutter is my best bike, but it's got to go. Let me see. Yeah, how tall are you? Some people are wondering how tall you are.
I think I'm 6'1".
They're trying to size you up.
Yeah. I'm 6'2" with Air Force Ones on, though.
There you go. 6'2" with Air Force Ones. Let's see if we can get this live commentary thing to work. It's gonna be a little tricky because it's not gonna play through the chat. I'm gonna minimize this window. But what I can do, oh, I got 2 of these things open. What I can do is, you mind minimizing your window, or not minimizing it, but making it, you know, making it a little smaller. Yeah. And like dragging it half of your frame so you can watch a video at the same time. And then I can put in the chat, let me see. I already have it here. So it's, if you can search on YouTube, it's Justin Gallagher. Whoa. It's Justin Gallagher. It's called Macaframa Masson Epic Hill Bomb. I'll go with theater mode. There we go. Do you know how to pull up the chat window on here, Masson? I just sent you a link. We lost the audio. Where'd the audio go? I can't hear you. What happened? Let me disconnect and reconnect. Yo, okay. You there?
Hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I fucked that up. So I dropped the link. Did you get that little link? It's like a little comment.
I know. Check it out.
What's up?
I can see what you're playing on the TV right now.
Through the YouTube?
Yeah, I'm looking at
the problem. The problem is it's gonna be 30 seconds behind. So if you're commenting, it's gonna be a delay. So it's not gonna be at the same time.
I'll just look at it over here on this.
On your phone? Okay, yeah, that works.
Let me see. What video are you?
So if you just type in Masson Epic Hill Bomb, it's Justin Gallagher's video.
Okay. I didn't name that, by the way.
So
okay,
yeah,
I got you.
So you know what this? It's not like a reaction video. It's kind of like, you know, just talk us through. You know, like normally what I do is I just whatever comes to mind. I just freestyle it. Like, yo, I was filming this guy, or you know, this happened. We were over here when we were filming. Like, oh, this corner was sketchy. You know, just anything like that.
Okay. Well, just to start off, I think this was like the weekend of the Red Bull event.
Yeah.
So, like like I told you on the last time, you know, I don't race or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I went out there for it, and I figured. And I called Colby and Colin, Justin Rossetti, I think Justin Gallagher was there, and I was like, look, let's not waste the weekend. Let's try to film something.
Yeah.
You know? So I think it's the day after the Red Bull thing, and we got up there like it's sunrise, like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had never done that hill before, but I think Colin was trying to. He's like, yeah, you should do this. This is, you know.
It's one of the good ones over on the in the East Bay. I know that.
It's one of the steepest hills I've ever ridden down, and it's long as hell. But I think he told me, he's like, you can't do this.
He challenged. That's some Colin psychology shit.
He said, he's like, yeah, if I wasn't filming, I'd just be doing that. And I'm like, all right, whatever, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we went up there, and
you wanna count to 3, and then I'll hit play at the same time, and then you can just keep going.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Got the I got the damn near same sweatshirt on. Vans and Dickies. It was foggy. Yeah, the sun was just coming up. Man, we were dipping. So I did it one time before this. This is the second time.
Yep.
And yeah. Damn, that part right there is hella steep. It's so hard to translate on film.
This is they had the camera on a car mount, right? They're following you in a car, yeah.
They're on the car and they're right on my bumper. It's hard to tell because they're using a 35 millimeter lens.
Yeah.
I forget if this is Colin or Kobe driving. I think it might be Kobe, but yeah, we see that smoke coming out the tire. That's how fast we were going.
That's good looks.
The tire was a wrap after that day.
These are one of the few couple times I'm seeing you do whip skids. You're like really trying to slow down.
Yeah, how fast my legs are. That's 52.16. I put 16 on the back. I think I first tried to do it with an 18 on the back. I went up, we went back to the top, and then I had my chain whip, and we put the 16 on. And yeah, by the time you get halfway down, yeah, I pulled out my legs on there.
Yeah, you were just like, nah, fuck this. But even Ted shredding like this is sick. You know what I mean? I think it's sick. And you're one of the first people I saw in the edit just start doing this, and I was like, yeah, dude, respect. There's nothing wrong with that.
That pair of shoes was gone after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like people who ride in Balm Hills, you don't have no brakes, so there's a feeling when you're surfing your bike like this, like it's still you feel
yeah, you have to explain that too.
Yeah.
To anybody that's watching this or whatever, you have to realize there are no brakes on this bike.
Yeah. And
so some people don't know that. Like I think I showed this to my mom one time, and she's like, "What are you doing? Why'd you do that?"
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. They want you to buy some brakes. I'll help you.
You know they make brakes, right? And you're like, yeah, they don't have a spot for brakes on my bike. Thank you, man. That was cool. So like that seemed like it worked all right.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, so Justin, whose channel for some reason that's on his channel and not Macaframa's. Yeah, I used to be roommates with.
It's on the Macaframa Vivo.
The Vimeo, yeah.
Yeah, Vimeo, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I used to live with Justin.
Okay.
Yeah, when he was filming, I was just starting to film. I was still in college, and I saw him. He was like hanging out more with Colin filming, and I was like, damn, that's tight.
Yep. Man, we were like a unit that weekend. That was one of the we were out every day that weekend.
I was at all those. That was a Red Bull Riding Style.
Red Bull Riding Style. I think the second one.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That was
the first one. Yeah, the second one they had that huge ass like curved like wall ride kind of thing, and it made no sense. There were like stair gaps and stuff that were like kind of fucked up, and I remember
that's why I knew for a fact. I was like, this is a failure for me. Like this is
yeah, it's not set up for a traditional kind of track bike setting.
You're hitting a bank wall in less than 100 yards, so it's like I couldn't even at that gear ratio that I couldn't even build up. I couldn't even get to top speed.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is how I know it was the first one, because that bike that I just rode on that video was the Affinity.
Ah, okay. Yeah. You were on the Casino?
Casino.
Oh shit! I didn't know you were on a Affinity. That's dope. Did Jason hook that up, or did you get that somewhere else?
No, yeah, Jason hooked it up.
Hell yeah.
That was back when his shop was on
Grand.
And
yep.
The big storefront. I don't know what now.
Yeah, when I came out to to New York from SF during Hurricane Irene, and it was still out over there, and we were like hanging out at Iris's across the way.
Yeah, and also we met there. I remember you came out. We met there. Group I rode to Coney Island.
Yeah, we rode around during might have been the day after the hurricane when all the subways were closed and shit, and it was the first time. It's kind of weird because New York is like that right now during this whole like stay-at-home thing. It's very desolate in Manhattan and other parts of New York, but that hurricane was the first time that I saw that they closed the subways in years. So all the subways and trains were shut down, and no one was outside. Yeah. And we were like, "Fuck it, let's go ride our bikes." And we fucking rode around in the city. It was
fun. We were deep.
Yeah,
we were deep.
And there was like different kinds of bikes. There was like dudes on BMX. There was like track bikes. We popped the lock to the LES skate park. I don't know if you were there for that.
Did you? Yeah, I was there. Were you skating, or did you just ride your bike around there?
I just had I had a volume cutter. I just had like a single speed with me, riding around.
Yeah, I remember there's a photograph like of us up on the top of the Williamsburg Bridge, like a group picture.
Yep. Yeah. Wilmore. Yeah. Wilmore's got that photo.
Right.
So was that video that you just shot down the East Bay Hill, was that leading up to Macaframa 2? It was, right?
Yeah. Well, Macaframa 2's not out.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it never came out really.
If I shot a video today, it will be leading up to Macaframa
2. the curse of the beautiful filmmaker Colin, but it's also a curse.
Shout out to Colin.
Yeah, shout out to Colin and Colby for sure. Yeah, the perfectionist. Yeah, Colin's a boxer now. Not to put him out there. Colin, I heard you're boxing now, man. I've seen some clips. You're fighting. It's sick.
I think he has a winning record too.
Yeah. I've seen some clips of him like going ham on some dude in the ring in Oakland. It's pretty
really? Send me that clip.
I've seen it on I think it was Rossetti. Jason Rossetti might have sent it, or so I saw it on Instagram.
That's funny because Colin is a really peaceful dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't really see him fighting.
Maybe he stopped smoking weed and then he just got all amped. He used to be really good at skateboarding too.
He's still good. I saw him. When he came out here to New York, we had a 360 flip contest.
Damn.
Yeah.
Who won?
At the that was when John Prawley was doing that like little meeting he had under the BQE.
Yeah, Peel Sessions.
Yeah, and Colin brought a skateboard out. We were just skating under
Yeah.
there.
Well, I don't know, man. Anything you want to wrap it up on? You want to talk about before we let everyone go? I think we've been going for like a cool minute here.
Yeah. I mean, is there any more questions?
Let's see. There were so many in the beginning. I probably skipped some. Let me see. I'm gonna go back up to the top. Oh, here we go. Do you guys follow Criterium? I went across to the Legion team, and it looks dope. They're talking about Legion out of LA with Nation's #1 Beast. You know those road racers out of LA that are doing good shit. Oh, and also talk about John Ige.
Oh yeah, John Ige.
Ige,
yeah, John Ige is actually. Yeah, when I first like when my parents got divorced in 1996, I went down to we moved back up to San Francisco, and I was Pier 7 all the time. And
wait, you were at Pier 7 all the time?
I was at Pier 7 all the time, and then I met. He's one of the first dudes I met. I met him, Lee Smith, Carl Watson, a bunch of other heads, and then later on, it was like. He was killing it, he had like cornrows down his back, everything, skating, big ass baggy clothes and shit. And then later on, I started working at Huff. We started working together. And then we all started riding bikes together, especially. And I think he was filming with Mash too. And
that's Pine Street, right?
Huh?
Was that Pine? Was that Pine or Bush? Huff.
Post.
That's right. Post.
Posted Jones. John Ige, I got to give him credit. He's like one of the most technical dudes that I've ever met as far as just mechanics. Like, he actually taught me how to build a wheel.
Whoa.
Oh, he could build a wheel and things like that. Yeah. And then it just so happens we moved out to New York around the same time. He's dope, though.
We got a pretty good question here. Dave Ortiz just turned 50. How did you end up working at DQM?
What? You cut out. What? Say that again.
The question is, Dave Ortiz just turned 50. How did you
Yep.
end up at DQM?
I ended up at DQM because that was a sister store of Huff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it basically, well, Chris Keefe, he's another skater.
Yep.
You know, he's pretty much best friends with Keith. Ige moved out to, well, Kyle Dimmers. I used to work with at Huff too. He moved out and he was managing it. And then I was going to come to New York and I'm like, yo, can I get hours? And, you know, I got a gig there. And then I met Dave, Chris, and it was almost like a sister family thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dave is a wild boy. Never a dull moment working with that dude. Happy birthday.
I remember going into there a few times. I just remember it was basement level. Like you would go down and into the store. It was cool.
Yeah, and it's crazy now. You go over there now. That was on Bowery at East 3rd, and across the street was like we were down on the corner of a Salvation Army type thing. And now if you go down there, there's like the Bowery Hotel. It's just super
bougie.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. It was crazy. It's crazy to see things, you know, just
get flipped. That's a New York thing.
Gentrify like that. It was kind of, yeah. Blink your eyes 1 second, it's fancy.
Yeah. Everything changes so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Shelley's asking how they can watch the show with Emmy. It's on Instagram, but do you guys have a schedule for that?
We don't have a set schedule, but we're trying to go at least twice or once a week. But if you follow me, I'll post up a few days ahead when we're going to do it next.
Yep.
And then eventually we're going to try to put it on YouTube, you know. But we're in different states. So it's in different schedules, so it's kind of hard to
line up. Yeah. We got here's an interesting question. Square root to Masson.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Is that algebra or what?
Alex is asking a bike question here. Shimano pedals. What shoe are you using for that?
Oh yeah, I got the Shimano Ultegra. I got these. I'm using this this Physique shoe.
Damn, that's clean.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. I like this shoe. I also got these R1s too. I'm actually about to get rid of these shoes because they're too small.
What size are we talking?
Damn. They're a US 10.5, but they're like weird Euro sizes, but
yeah,
they're pretty cool.
Those look good.
Yeah, I like riding clipped in. I really like it, but only when I know I'm not going to get off the bike because, you know,
yeah,
when you walk around, you wear down that cleat a lot. So usually when I'm riding around just doing errand things, I'm on and off the bike. And so I'll just use caged pedals. But lately I just like, you know, since we're on quarantine, when I go out, I'm going out and I'm never getting off the bike.
Yeah, you just staying on.
Go out and come straight back. So, you know, I'm riding the clipped in.
Since we're back on bikes, are you riding at all to you know, like training or just kind of keeping miles up while this is all going on, and like what does that look like for you to kind of stay strong?
I wish I was, you know.
Yeah.
I've been doing like 10-mile rides here and there as fast as like, you know, 30, 45 minutes.
Yep.
I miss really being out all day.
Yeah.
Being able to stop and get something to eat somewhere, which is, you know what I mean? But like, you know, like really trying to just work up a sweat.
Yep. Yeah, it's tricky.
Go out as quickly. Yeah, it's really tricky. And plus, I don't want to. I don't like riding at night right now.
Yeah.
Because it's so it's a little too. I don't know anything could happen. So, you know, I went out a little bit earlier today because I told you, you know, I was up at like 6 in the morning, and I went out, just did a little quick boop, came back.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've been keeping it local, man. I've been riding at Prospect a lot, and I've just been riding on the dirt. I went on a long ride into Jersey and then upstate New York like a week and a half ago, and alone, you know, and I felt a little weird when I was out there because all this is going on, and like, you know, I could potentially be sick and not know or whatever. And, you know, I didn't stop anywhere really. I stopped at one spot in upstate New York, but it was a window. I didn't go inside, you know, and everybody was like staying away from each other, wearing masks.
You go to Nyack?
Yeah, I went up to Nyack. And then I came back, and then I was just like thinking about it, like, man, what if something happens, like I get a flat. I mean, I had stuff to fix my flat, but something happened where I couldn't get out of that situation, and then I have to depend on calling an Uber or something, and like just, so then I was like, maybe that's irresponsible, so I'm gonna keep it local. So I've been just kind of hanging at the park, and normally I have a track bike with a big ass gear. It's a 5315, and I ride the park. Yeah, I ride that shit, but I don't ride that shit's too big to ride on the street for me. Like, and I ride clipped in and shit, so there's not a really good bailout option. And I ride that shit until like I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I'm holding the 20 to 24 mile an hour like lap time, like average around the park, trying to just go. And but it's only it's 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm like, I can't. I'm dizzy. But I've been staying away from that too, because there's so many people, which is a good thing. But the cycling industry in New York, bike shops, anyways, are selling more bikes than ever before, because people are stuck in their house. So the only thing you can do is exercise. And then this is where there's a problem, in my opinion, is we're in a dense population here, and I feel like people should be able to go out, but there's not enough places for all these people to go out now safely. All there is parks. They talked about closing roads down to cars, since there's less car traffic, to opening it up for people to walk and ride bikes, to give everyone more room. So like, there's an infrastructure issue right now with that. So I've been riding on the dirt because there's way less people on the dirt. So that's what I've been doing.
I want a mountain bike.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I got a hardtail Santa Cruz. It's like a cross country bike, but I put a really short stem and wide bars on it. So I've just been kind of fucking with that. And then I have a gravel bike, cross bike kind of thing. So that's what I've been doing.
How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? When I ride in the park, like the peak hours when a lot of people are there.
Yeah.
When it's nice and warm outside, which is, let's say lower 60s, I can't ride my bike with a mask on.
It's hard, yeah.
But then you're passing by people, and you could have you ever passed by somebody and you can smell them or something like that?
Yeah, if you can smell them, you're gonna get corona.
Right. I was holding my breath.
Yeah, it's tricky, man. This time, that's why I'm just like, the trails is easier, even when I'm responsibly riding with someone else. Like, we'll meet at the park. When you ride trails, you're not riding shoulder to shoulder. You can't, because it's only wide enough for one person, and then you can't ride on someone's wheel because there's bumps and shit you need to be able to see. So you're already giving space. So I just feel like that's the most social responsible way of riding, and that's maybe I'm bending the rules a little bit, but I gotta ride.
Yeah,
I gotta keep it good up here,
And I've seen like some of your talks on mental wellness or whatever while you're riding. When I ride my bike, it boosts my spirits a lot. I don't like being inside this much. It's too much for me, but I miss being outside all the time. I might go on a bike ride later on tonight or this evening tonight. Yeah.
That's another thing that's a good option as well. If you get really good trail lights, like not bike lights, but like for trail, like more like enduro mountain biking kind of lights. They're called there's some called Night Riders. They're on Amazon, and they're like headlights. They're bright as fuck. So
how long do they last?
It depends on the light you get. So I have a 750 and a 900 lumen light. And I put one on my helmet, one on my stem or my bars, and they last for the whole ride. If you have it on low setting, which is plenty bright enough, especially if you have two. They'll last. I think it's supposed to last like 9 hours, both of them. But if you're on the high mode, you'll drain it in like 4 hours. But like I'll charge my lights like once, and then I'll ride like 2 or 3 times, and then I'll charge them again. That's how long they last for me. I think that's it. People are stoked on this little extra conversation we just had, so that's cool. Yeah, dude. thank you for kicking it on the morning routine. And yo, everybody, you guys know I dropped all the links and info for Masson stuff on the live chat. So follow him on YouTube, Instagram. What was the other one? SoundCloud. Everything's in the live chat, and I'll post it in the description as well if you're catching this later. Thank you, Masson. Before I wrap it up, if you want to say anything to everybody, they can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. If you guys have any additional questions, you can DM me at my Instagram, or you can email me. You know, all that information's at the top of my Instagram. Uncle Masson, at Uncle Masson.
Word. Thanks, Masson.
All right.
We'll see you soon, man.
Peace. Have a good day.
All right, be well. Yo. Thank you guys again for joining for this morning routine. Hopefully you're liking these interviews. That was Uncle Masson. Masson had a lot to say. He showed us how to make beats on the fly. That stuff is wizardry to me. I don't know anything. I don't have a musical bone in my body, but I do appreciate the art form a lot. It's kind of similar to editing and kind of making videos in a way. You're kind of layering things on top of each other. So a lot of the videos that I make rely heavily on music, so I do have a heavy appreciation for this stuff. Appreciate all the comments and questions and answers. If we did miss something, I apologize. It's really hard to see with all the chat going on. So shout out to all the channel members. Thank you for supporting the channel. That extra little bit, it does help a lot. Hopefully we're keeping you guys motivated and entertained with our technical mishaps starting the show, and you know, hopefully keeping it natural. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Crusha. Thanks for joining. One more thing. What else can I say? Go ride your bike. Be well. Stay healthy. And we'll see you on the next upload. Peace.